Well, good morning and welcome back to a weekly weigh in. Today is the end of my first week in my cut. Last week, when I started my cut, I was at 224.2 pounds. My anticipation was to get down to 216 in this weigh in. Um, I did kind of cheat and take a look midweek. And while I was making progress and I did lose my water weight, I don't know if I'm going to hit that 216 mark. I have been pretty consistent, staying at 1,500 calories, give or take 1 or 200 per day, but still within that range. So, per the numbers, I should be dropping that fat. So, let's just jump on the scale and see where we're at. Okay, we came in at 219. So, not really what I was hoping for. That's only 5 pounds down from last week. And that's definitely just like water, right? Like I anticipated 6 pounds of water. So, that's not even a full water loss. Um, that could be contributed to that, the fact that, my diet has been a little bit higher this cut on carbs. I'm staying around 150 grams per day on carbs. I'm trying to keep a little bit more carved up than I did on my last major cut. So I do still retain some water during this cut. Um, and also, the other fact could be is that when you do lose fat cells, when you lose fat, your fat cells will um, continue to stay on your body for a period of time and be just filled with water as kind of placeholders in anticipation for that fat coming back into your body. That just doesn't dump those cells right away. It takes your body a little bit of time to whoosh out those cells. So it could be that I have been losing that fat. I'm just not seeing that fat loss yet on my body because per the numbers, I mean, it's all a math game, and per the numbers, I have been losing fat. So the fact that I don't see it yet on the scale, it doesn't mean it hasn't happened. It just means that I haven't seen it take effect on the scale yet because of that water retention in those cells still. So I'm not discouraged. I know I'll get a whoosh effect here and it'll drop. It just wasn't today. So that just tells me next week we should see a more dramatic change in the scale numbers. So it's just something to look forward to next week. You got to trust the process. You got to trust the math. Sometimes when you jump on the scale, you anticipate you see that fat come off and it hasn't come off, and that could be very discouraging. But you got to trust the process. You got to just stick through it and know that things are happening. You just might not see it on the scale. So that's where I got to put my headspace in right now. And we'll just wait for next week and we'll get another weigh in and hope that we have the results that we're looking for then. But with that, let's just check the waistline and see where we stand. Now, again, with the waistline, because I know that I'm retaining more water than I would anticipate, I don't really anticipate that waistline going too much either. But I should be still trailing down. So last week we weighed in, our waistline was at 34.8 inches. So as long as we're seeing some decrease in the waistline there, I think we're in the right direction. If we're seeing that waistline go up, that's not good. So let's just give a check there and see what's going on. Yeah, see, as anticipated, the waistline is dropping. We're at 33.9. So we just barely got into the 33 waistline. So that's good. It is telling me that I am losing my fat cells. It's just that overall on my body in general, I'm holding more water than I thought I would be, which isn't bad, right? It means I have glycogen in my muscles. I'm getting better pumps when I work out. And so it's okay. Just trust the process, guys. You just got to trust the process and you just got to keep going. It's not always what's on the scale that's important. You got to think about how you feel and how you look. And I have been seeing more visible abs lately. So I think the process is working. I know the process is working. I'm going to just stick it out and we'll see you next week. Thanks for joining.